Good evening, this is the Vsb Tv 11 News for Monday, August 4th. I'm Peter Cattell. Our top story. Over the Cup Match holiday, the Bermuda police were tasked with deploying police officers to events island-wide that garnered more than 30,000 attendees in total. Superintendent James Howard spoke about the areas of concern to the police in regards to policing over the holiday.
This is always a challenging time for the police as we spread our resources to cover at least 8 major events that collectively see more than 30,000 people in attendance. In addition to maintaining our regular patrol service, the Bermuda Police Service provided significant resources between Wednesday and Sunday nights to the Cup Match Summer Splash Concert in Hamilton, the Beach Fest at Horseshoe Bay, the 2-day Cup Match cricket game in Somerset, the Soca vs. Reggae concert at Snorkel Park, and the Non-Mariners race in Mangrove Bay. A number of incidents came to the attention of the police, but these were relatively minor and were quickly resolved. The general public played a big part in helping to contain things within reason. The overwhelming majority of patrons and spectators were well behaved, and they enjoyed a safe and peaceful holiday. The critical area of concern to the police continues to be the dangerous driving behaviors displayed on our roads. We responded to 24 road traffic collisions, 16 of which resulted in injuries. 4 serious collisions sent 6 people to the hospital for treatment, and it is fortunate that their injuries were not any worse than they are. The Bermuda Police Service reminds all motorists that good driving behavior starts with the good decision making. We urge everyone using our roads to slow down and exercise care, caution, and courtesy.
Thousands of people flocked to Mangrove Bay for the annual Non-Mariners race, and although for the most part the day went rather smoothly, there were 2 unfortunate incidents that occurred involving 2 women. Sources telling Vsb News that in one case, one of the women, who was a tourist, had been on a boat when she appeared to have consumed too much alcohol and began to drift into an unresponsive state. The people who were on the boat with her then drove alongside another boat full of strangers and essentially hoisted the woman off of their boat and put her into the boat with strangers and then drove off. The persons in the boat carrying the woman quickly realized she was far from okay and called 911. They then drove to a nearby dock where she was picked up by an ambulance. At the same time, another woman who appeared to be in a semi-responsive state was also taken to the hospital by an ambulance. This morning's arraignment session saw convicted killers appear in Supreme Court. Kevin Warner, who is convicted of shooting his friend 3 times in the back, will have his sentence reconsidered this month. Kevin Warner was jailed for at least 35 years in July 2011 for shooting and killing D'Amico Purple Martin. Mr. Martin was shot in the back in the backyard of his home in Sands in 2010. A date for him to be resentenced was set for August 28th. Also appearing at the arraignment session was murder-accused Walter Gardner. He will appear before the courts again on October 10th, at which time a trial date will be set. Gardner is accused of killing Malcolm Douglas on Christmas Day, 2012. In what could be an indication of Bermudians pulling in their horns in the face of economic pressures, the Bermuda Monetary Authority has released the fact that the amount of Bermuda dollar notes and coins in circulation over the Cup Match holiday weekend was $130.4 million, a 4.5% decrease on the $136.5 million in circulation during the same period of last year. The total amount of notes and coins issued to the banks by the BMA between July the 1st and the 30th was $13.4 million. At 11 o'clock this morning, the National Hurricane Center declared Tropical Storm Bertha to have reached hurricane strength and to be registering winds as high as 80 miles per hour. The storm system is currently leaving the area of the Bahamas and heading north up Hurricane Alley on a track that will keep it clear of the U.S. East Coast. Its closest point of approach to Bermuda would appear to be 317 miles to our northwest at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. And after that, we can expect to get high winds, thunderstorms, and rain showers into Thursday. The cruise ships due to dock here at the midweek, Summit, and Breakaway are monitoring the progress of Hurricane Bertha, but as of news time have not decided to cancel their Bermuda visit. The storm is traveling at 17 miles an hour and is not expected to grow any stronger.
We live in a beautiful environment. One way to help keep it that way is to always remember your reusable grocery bag. If you forgot, you can still do your part in saving our planet by buying a Marketplace green bag for only $1.19. Not only are they good for groceries, but they're handy for many other uses. Always have your bags inside of you or put your grocery list in one so that you don't forget your reusable bags. You and the Marketplace are helping to save the environment by choosing to reuse.
Copyfax is Samsung's authorized dealer service center in Bermuda. If you're looking for a tablet, Copyfax have a range of Samsung's Tab 3, 5 and 7. They have Samsung's ATIV Book, which has a 15.6-inch screen, and the ATIV One computer has a 24-inch touch screen. Be sure you're buying from an authorized Samsung dealer. In Bermuda, it's Copyfax Limited, 96 North Shore Road. They service what they sell.
Are you frustrated and confused by complex online banking systems? The quickest, easiest way to pay bills is with EasyPay.
Very simple to use.
Everything's all on one page. Like you don't have to click on this and go over there and then click on something else and go over there.
We use it for everything. We do our payroll, our local vendors.
I wouldn't change it in any way.
And the cost is minimal.
And the fees are extremely reasonable.
I highly recommend EasyPay.
Bill payment doesn't get any easier than EasyPay. Email Dal at easypay.bm.
Hi, I'm Peter Gervetic, host of Season to Taste. Tune in on Tuesday night during Vsb Tv News. I'll be here with Chef Damien Simmons from the Ocean Echo restaurant. He'll be preparing these beautiful kebabs and find out what the Gosling's wine of the week is.
Tuesday during the Vsb TV 11 News.
Bermuda's an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda. Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off. Sign up to Bermuda's and start saving today.
Despite a few people claiming Beach Fest was a calamity, Beach Fest organizer Gavin Smith maintains that those claims are biased and one-sided. He spoke to Vsb News' Charles Webb about the event and said that the overwhelming majority of people had a blast, but did acknowledge that there were some things that could be changed.
We've been fighting for a long time to try and get full government support of it, and we're really grateful and glad that this year the government bodies that should be responsible for certain things did come into play. So we're grateful for the Bermuda Police Service, we're grateful for the Parks Department kind of going above and beyond a bit, and we're glad that the vast majority of patrons and people that came to the beach that day both acted right and had a great time, and it was a beautiful day had by most, if not all.
Now, if you had to do it again, what would you change?
One thing that we've been trying to do for several years, and I think last year it kind of came to a head with the withdrawal of Beach Fest and going to a more private snorkel park scale. It still didn't solve the problem that happens at Horseshoe Bay every year on that day. But one of the things we've been trying to do is to really offer a robust vendor village, which in the past we've been prevented from doing from different regulations regarding Horseshoe Bay. Those things have been alleviated now. So this year was the first time we were able to bring robust vendor infrastructure, so people don't have to bring so much stock to the beach. The liquor license bar side of the operation is another portion that we haven't really been able to do at Beach Fest for like the last, I think, 3-4 years. We didn't have a bar at Beach Fest, and as you can see, people bring their own supply, and they bring their own supply because there's no stock on the sand. And so for us, liquor license is kind of essential towards giving people a viable option that they can feel comfortable and confident in, combined with a security gate. One of the things that kind of stymied some of the negotiations with government this year was really fighting hard to try and get this security gate portion added to the event. For us, it's essential at creating the safest, cleanest venue and facility possible.
It is worth noting that the day after Beach Fest, Horseshoe Bay was completely clean and spotless. Bermuda's rate of inflation fell back in the month of June, dropping 3 points from May's 2.1% to 1.8%. Health and personal care remained the largest contributor, with an annual increase of 8.9%, thanks in part to a 2.5% rise in the cost of prescribed medicines. Food rose 2.9% and rents 1.1% in the same month, and residential consumers paid 2% more for electricity due to an increase in the fuel adjustment rate. While there was an 11.6% decrease in overseas hotel accommodation, airfares went up 6.9%. Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets, presented by Bias. Bond prices rallied and European bank stocks rose after Portugal devised a plan to prevent the collapse of one of its biggest lenders. U.S. stocks rose after the biggest weekly loss in 2 years as Portugal announced a bailout of Banco Espírito Santo and Berkshire Hathaway beat estimates. The Nasdaq advanced 0.8% to 4,388. Bank of Butterfield was unchanged on the day, closing at $2 with 17,500 shares trading hands. Ascendant Group closed at $6.20. 12,575 shares were traded. BF&M increased 0.59% to $17.10 with 125 shares trading hands. European stocks were mixed on the day. The CAC 40 advanced 0.34% to 4,217. The German DAX declined 0.61% to 9,154, and the UK FTSE 100 was little changed, closing at 6,678. Chinese stocks rebounded from their biggest drops in 3 weeks as financial companies advanced. The Hang Seng Index rose 0.28% to 24,600. Latin American indices advanced on the day. Brazil's Bovespa rose 1% to 56,463 as higher metal prices boosted raw material producers. The Mexican Bolsa increased 1.31% to 44,560. The U.S. yield curve steepened as investors cut bets on how quickly the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates. The U.S. 10-year yield dropped 1 basis point to 2.49%. The euro declined versus the U.S. dollar as investors held the largest position in 2 years, betting a drop in the currency before the European Central Bank meets this week. The U.S. dollar weakened versus most of its peers. And that was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. There's more news after this.
Price Right on Mill Reach offers you warehouse shopping for bulk and value-priced groceries, frozen foods and health and beauty items, home furnishings, dinnerware and carpets for your bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen, bikes, toys, and activity sets for kids, teens, and tweens, electronics and home and audio-visual accessories. Visit Price Right. Always something new and always something for everyone. Open 8 till 8, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7 p.m. on Sundays.
Are you paying more than one provider? More than you should? Why? Prepare to be wowed! Voice, long distance, high-speed internet, TV, and HD TV. One package, one stop, one customer care level. Excellent! One bill! Enjoy local and long-distance minutes, TV and HD TV, your choice of internet speed, and so much more. From only $184.99 monthly for everything.
For more information, visit wow.bm or call 292-1969.
People and Places is next.
People and Places with Charles Webb is brought to you by Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Last week, the light went out of our lives. No one died, but after almost 50 years of broadcasting, interviewing heads of states, Hollywood types, Shirley Dale, the host of Now You're Talking, retired. And we had a conversation about some of her experiences. A seasoned broadcaster, she received countless awards and accolades during her long career. She co-hosted VSB's morning show Bermuda Sunrise with Mike Bishop, and during that time interviewed many, from premiers to television personalities, and covered a variety of events, including royal visits. And to think it all started after the Will It Be Me contest, which she won hands down.
I came in and was put right into broadcasting radio, playing music, that kind of thing. Yes. Now it wasn't, I got into the news maybe about 2 years later when the late Gordon Robinson gave me my first chance. He just came to me and said, I like the way you read. You're going to do the news on Saturday and Sunday nights with Pat Thorogood. And I said, I am? He said, yes. And I did weekend news, so the first woman to do that, really.
But you always think that's such a natural in the broadcasting area. What was it about broadcasting that you found appealing?
The fact that you can, it's a people. It's the people. It's always the people. And the fact that you can reach people and they can reach you. You can sit here on radio and talk to people you have never met. And you get this, it's just like a joining together. That's what it is. And we share ideas, we just talk, we have fun. It's more like a community family.
But some of them sound like your friends when they call you Aunt Shirley.
Well, Aunt Shirley came from the days of ZBM when Auntie Nell, when she left, I took over. They just called me Aunt Shirley, and to this day, television was good. I liked television, but I love radio.
For the anonymity of it?
No, not that. I don't know, there's just a feeling of closeness, like I said before. Television, you're a little bit distant and everything, but you do manage to get your message across, and that was all right, but I love radio.
So how do you combine the music with this constant chatter from people voicing their complaints and concerns?
It's easy. Charles, you just do what you have to do. I love music. I know music. I know enough music even to calm the soul when it's like this. I know that much about music, but it's so easy. I find it very simple. I don't keep the chatter in my head. I'll talk to you and give you all my attention. We'll have a great conversation. Then someone else comes along, and then we'll have another conversation or something entirely different.
But you're a very private person.
Very private.
How do you manage to maintain that privacy when you're constantly in the public ear?
Well, I tell you, if I make a phone call somewhere, before I give my name, someone says, oh, you're Shirley Dillon. Or if I'm out, and I don't say too much if I'm out, and I don't travel incognito, but all they have to do is hear the voice, and that totally gives me away. Yeah.
Do you have a message for your listeners?
Yes, I do. And I've been saying it since my days at the other station. Please, folks, be more tolerant. Oh, the tolerance level now is from 1 to 10, it's about 2. And all I ask is that people be more tolerant of each other and of each other's opinions. That's all.
You know, we can all benefit from such sage advice. And as Shirley turns off the mic, we are confident that she will continue on Sundays at least until the end of the year. For now, we salute this grand lady of broadcasting. We thank her for her contribution, and all of us here at VSB wish her well. Here with Shirley Dill for People and Places, I'm Charles Webb, VSB News.
People and Places with Charles Webb has been brought to you by Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Now at Big Savings Zone, there's the Kids Zone. See the latest bedroom ideas for tots to teens. There's a large selection of beds, bedding, all kind of furniture designed especially in mind for your child. And see the array of accessories for all ages. Big Savings Zone is the home of Ashley Furniture and Serta Mattresses in Bermuda. And the Kids Zone is only at Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Earl Baisden is next with the Sports Report.
The 2014 Commonwealth Games came to an end last night in Glasgow, Scotland, with Nick Khan carrying the Bermuda flag. Earlier in the day, In what can only be described as a monsoon, Nicole Mitchell and Dominic Mayo took part in the cycling road race. Mitchell unfortunately did not finish the race, getting pulled off the course after 4 laps with 3 to go. Mitchell was in 43rd place when she was forced to stop. She was outdone by a mechanical problem with her chain on the steepest hill climb, which saw the field pull away while she fixed her problem. Mayo also did not finish, but was in the top 50 when he was pulled off the course. Once riders were behind the leader by more than 10 minutes, they were pulled off the course. With 140 riders going to the start line and Mayo finishing in the top 50, it was a remarkable achievement. On Thursday, Mitchell and Mayo competed in the individual time trials. Mitchell finished the women's race 21st out of 31 starters, clocking a time of 48:33.06. Mayo finished 26 out of 57 competitors that went to the start line. Mayo was also the fastest Caribbean male rider in the field. He clocked a time of 56:54.73. Mayo talked about the conditions in Scotland.
Yeah, like the roads here are a lot more grippy than in Bermuda. In Bermuda, if the road's wet, you're going to be sliding. And the first couple corners, I took it easy, and then I noticed I wasn't, so then I started going harder through the corners. So it was pretty fun.
The Somerset Cricket Club are the 2014 Cup Match Classic champions following their 8-wicket victory over the St George's Cricket Club. Needing to chase down 236 runs on the final afternoon, they did so, only losing 2 wickets. Terran Frey led from the front, scoring an unbeaten century to guide them to victory. The talking points of the game were Frey was named man of the match for scoring 121 not out in that run chase, while Gennaro Tucker became the first player to win the Safe Hands Awards 3 times. Tucker won the title in its inaugural year. He then won it again in 2003 and capped off a good 2 days after breaking the record for the most catches in Cup Match. He now has taken 27 catches in all and once again removed Charlie Marshall from the top spot of a Cup Match chart. O.J. Pitcher scored 115 runs in St. George's first innings, while Trey Manders scored 2 half-centuries. St. George's Cricket Club coach Dalray Rollins scored 54 not out, and George O'Brien's 17.1 overs, 3 maidens, 8 wickets for 76 runs in the Somerset first innings saw him finish with the 5th best Cup Match innings bowling figures in 114 years. Bermuda's opening game of the 3rd Cup of Nations Mexico 2014 took place on Court 2 Training Center in Mexico, which saw them take on Chile's under-16 team, and Chile came out on top 2-0. Jesse Washington continued taking part in the 2014 Canadian Age Group Championships. During the male 15-year-old 50-meter backstroke preliminaries, Washington finished 21st with a time of 30:35. He then finished 4th in the 50-meter butterfly, clocking a time of 26:67, advancing to the final. In the butterfly final, Washington finished 7th, touching the wall in a time of 26:45. During the male 15 to 16 100-meter butterfly, Washington finished 19th with a time of 1 minute and 58 seconds. I'm Earl Basden reporting from Glasgow, Scotland for VSB Sports.
That should do it. Enjoy your new shower.
Experience the bold look of Kohler at a Kohler registered showroom.
Outlast any storm with the most advanced alkaline battery. This weather segment is brought to you by Duracell Quantum.
Well, a gorgeous Monday to end out what was a beautiful Cup Match weekend. And whether you're a Somerset fan or a St. George's fan, I think we can agree on one thing. I didn't watch any of the game. I hear Warwick won. Congratulations to them. Here's a look at the weather shot for today. We got 2 today. Here's Liz Craig taken early this morning in Harrington Sound, and this is just a fantastic shot. I think it's got to be early lead for Photo of the Week winner. Just beautiful, still waters. I went past it this morning, and it was absolutely this beautiful. And it led into this shot, which was taken by Tristan Martin at 12 noon over Hamilton Harbor. One lonely cloud sitting there in the middle, some boats in the distance, and again, like I said, just a gorgeous day, blue skies, plenty of sun, and it didn't actually feel that hot. Thanks to both of them for sending that in. Our highs and lows for us today, 85 was our high at 2 p.m., but our low, 6 a.m. this morning, 78 degrees. Currently, we're looking at 82 degrees, humidity is 65%, winds out of the south-southeast at 6 knots, and the barometric pressure is steady at 30.21 inches. Well, so far for August, 0.04 inches worth of rain brings the total to the year to 30.72 inches, and it has been dry, so you can see we're definitely starting to move off of that 32.25 we would have normally seen. Take a look at our satellite map. Well, this strong Bermuda Azores high will hold this Category 1 Hurricane Bertha, you see right down here, well off to our west as it passes then during Tuesday. Now, in the wake of Bertha, you're going to see strong winds and showers on Wednesday and some possibly heavier showers and thunder Wednesday night right on through until Thursday. But luckily, that hurricane, she's going to sweep right up away from us. In the gateway cities, 89 degrees and partly cloudy in Atlanta. Boston, mostly cloudy and 80 degrees. 87 and partly cloudy in Charlotte. London, partly cloudy and 77. 90 and possible thunderstorms in Miami. New York, partly cloudy at 85. 93 and possible thunderstorms in Orlando. Philadelphia, mostly cloudy and 88. Heavy rain and 73 in Toronto. And Washington, mostly cloudy and 89 degrees. For tonight, we're looking at a low of around 79. Few to scattered showers. Winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 knots. For tomorrow, high temperature around 85, partly cloudy, winds out of the south at 8 to 12 knots, but they will increase to 12 to 18 knots overnight. For mariners tonight, there are no small craft warnings in effect. 1 foot inside the reef, seas outside the reef 3 to 5 feet, and the sea temperature still nice at 84 degrees. For tomorrow, no small craft warnings in effect. For mariners, seas inside the reef again, 1 foot, seas outside 3 to 5 feet. Your low tide will be at 9:51 a.m. and your high tide 4:26 p.m. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. On Tuesday, partly cloudy, high of 85. Wednesday, cloudy, a few showers, some more overnight with a chance of thunder, high of 85. Thursday, mostly cloudy with showers and a risk of thunderstorms, high of 84. Friday, sunny periods, 1 or 2 showers around, high of 85. And on Saturday, partly sunny with a few showers, high of around 83. I'd like to thank the Bermuda Weather Service for all of their help. Here's your bad joke for the day. The past, the present, and the future all walk into a bar. It was tense. Special shout out to my friends down at English Sports Shop. Hooked me up with my new suit. Check that lining. That's pretty shway, huh? Liking that. Go check out Ian. Thanks again. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you again real soon.
Outlast any storm with the most advanced alkaline battery. Today's weather forecast was brought to you by Duracell Quantum.
Thanks for tuning in to the TV 11 News. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire, courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited. Wardrobe and makeup for Rachel Sorden, provided by Gibbons Company.
Vsb Tv 11, Bermuda.